I'm talking houses when I would go in them, they'd be crackheads stealing copper while I was in them.
Oh,
you kick the door open and you hear like cling, 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 cling.
Damn.
And you'd be like, yo! And then you just hear like bolt out of the back. Yeah. Not the cops, just get out. And they'll like run. Yeah. You're gonna have to you're gonna have to work harder, drink less. Something's gotta change in what's going on. But yeah, no, yeah, Kensington, Philly.
You didn't actually pass through it, did you?
No. I wanted to. I was like I said, I was going to look for a cleaning lady, and no. But those areas, just like those areas, like specifically feel like it's not going to stay down forever, right? So what you would do, what would be my play, right? You got 25 grand. You buy something, you board it up, you look at the project over and over again, and you start to salt away the pieces. You know, you do it up cheap, and you really treat it like you get it as nice as you can. And like I said, you know, you got to scout the area, you got to drive down the streets, you got to like look where it would be gentrified from. I'm sick of the term gentrified. Like, what's the people are like, oh, gentrifying areas, like. Yeah.
Is there
like, some people give me like a negative connotation on it, and like I get parts that you're like, it used to be gritty, and I'm like, guys, give me a
like you're using the word like objectively, not in a political sense.
But people like I don't like the other word. That term's like
there's new buildings and restaurants and money.
Oh shit. I know the areas around the university became really expensive because universities are $100,000 a year, and the only people that can afford it are super rich people that laugh at dorm costs. Yeah, I know. You're right. You should have like have people abandoning a city because there's no cheap rent. Go live in the you know what I mean. Get tough. Go live in the crackdown. Have a switchblade. Stab me. Shoot.
Mom.
Yeah.
In self-defense.
One with a pillow. Yeah. And I don't really care. You know, it's not my problem. I'm talking about just the houses, but. Those $15,000, $25,000 houses like that, you buy it. If you have a little bit of savings, you know, you buy it, you pay it off, you board it up, and you know, you make no roofs. You make sure that there's nothing catastrophic about the house, and anything that's like stable enough, go for it. Don't bite off more than you can chew and fix it yourself. It's a $20,000 house, so you can fix it up like a goddamn tree house. And you can use found materials. You don't have to be a perfect finished builder. You can kind of like be crafty and DIY it. You can cut your teeth on it, and you can treat it like a project car. That's what the kid lived in, and he was thinking about moving, like buying something in Kensington. The one he was looking at was big. It was a big one. Yeah. So, and I was telling him, I think that might be more than you can chew, because big is big square footage. These little ones, the smaller square footage, you buy a little crack den for yourself. You put a new big door on it. You know, you put some new windows on it. You put bars over the windows. You know, you get creative. But there's 4 windows on the front of one of those buildings, right? You know, you make sure that the heating system you knew was going to be fucked up anyway. Probably copper stolen out of it. Okay, guess what? Now you're going to learn how to do plumbing.
Yeah.
Now you're going to learn how to do wood floors over. You're going to go buy cheap wood and sand really wood floors that you find. Learn how to fix staircases and put handrails up and have your buddies rewire. I'm not saying it's not. It's just they're so happy to have anything happen. You know what I mean? Code enforcement in the state of Pennsylvania for electrical standards is nuts. So that's what I was having a conversation with Spencer from last night. And yeah, man, I hope you guys just realize that, and just say, don't be ignorant to the fact that, oh, that's how those guys did it. They bought 10 in Kensington, and now they bought 10 houses in Kensington for an average price of $228,000. So they bought like a portfolio for 280 grand, put 200,000 total into it on top of it, and then to it for 480, and they were unload the thing in like 10 years from now for like 600,000, 700,000, 800,000, $1 million too. It's you know what I mean? That's how it happens. That's what I should have did. Those 7 houses that I sold when I had my real estate license, I should have bought them. I was selling houses on Waldo Street for $36,000. That house sold 2 weeks ago for like $360,000.
How much time had it left?
Like 8 years. I'm talking houses when I would go in them, they'd be crackheads stealing copper while I was in them.
Oh,
you kick the door open and you hear like cling, 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 cling.
Damn.
And you'd be like, yo! And then you just hear like bolt out of the back.
Yeah.
Not the cops, just get out. And they'll like run.
Yeah.
So they don't stay. I mean, that is a move. And I don't want
the cops, just get out.
Yeah. That's what he said. Not the cops, just get out. Or you get with a piece of copper pipe by a homeless guy. So, and that is a maneuver that I should have done. I kick myself all the time. I looked at so many properties for 35, 45, 55,000, and I didn't have any money. But I bought one, but I should have bought 8, and I would have been rich. And I know people who did buy 3 or 4, and they're rich. So I'm just throwing that out there. It happens all the time. So if you're in an area where there's just cheap and it seems really down, it's an opportunity. So Go for it.
Lucas J. Wicks with $20. Is buying a trailer park a good idea?
Yes.
Look at parks with all tenant-owned homes in the upstate New York area. Is it a good idea?
Yes.
Does it make money?
Yeah.
Also, first chat, huge fan. You're great.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, man. They make money. There's a girl on TikTok that buys trailer parks. They make more money. Like marinas and trailer parks are good. HOA, it's not really. So, where they own, you rent some out. You can rent them out. You can buy them. You can buy multiple units for, you know.
Do you need the paper?
Yeah, 40,000. That's it. They're closed, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, they make money. The ones that with a tenant own, I'm not so sure. I don't know what you're actually buying. If you buy if you're just taking over like an HOA, then no. But the ones I do, basically, you can buy. You can buy them and rent them out short money. Basically, it's just short, cheap, long-term rentals, cheap. I don't mind trailer parks at all. There was one for sale up the street from me for $1 million. It was 27 units for $1 million, which puts it at like just under 50,000 per unit. As far as the money goes, 27 units. Like if you had to buy a 27-unit building, it would cost you multiple millions of dollars. You can buy trailer parks for, they're not desirable. So people are like, oh, trailer park. You're like, all right, well, I have 25 units that I can rent out for. Let's just say $600 a month, right? It's cheap living. It's sort of understandable, and you rehab the units, and you get good quality tenants. Trailer parks don't bother everybody. I am like I have snobby shit, but I would so quickly just go back and live in a goddamn car, and it wouldn't bother me one bit. Trailer parks are I think trailer trash is fun to say, and it probably was way worse in the time, but bro, I think it's the most units for the shortest amount of money you're going to get as far as a dwelling. So, no, I don't hate them. I don't hate them at all. You can rehab the units. That's it.
Crump with $50.
Jeez.
Should I get my real estate license in California?
No.
If so, what do you value in a good realtor? What does a normie likely value? Also, Boots is missing.
Yeah, your dog is missing. Maybe he go
get his real estate license.
Maybe he go get his real estate license, and he knows sell houses for a long time, and he develop a small drinking problem, and then one day he say to himself, I am not, I do all this for the license, for the real estate license, because I am a dog, and I go sell house. People, everybody thinks so cute for a dog to sell a house, and then I shoot myself. I put this small dog handgun in my mouth, and then I say,
I pull the trigger with my tail.
I put the trigger with my tail. I hold it down, and then I myself for this depression of no money.
Yeah, what do normies value?
I wouldn't be a real estate agent in California, man. I think it's the most saturated market in the world. What makes a good realtor? Someone who's scouting for you, who's developing a plan for what your investment strategy is, having buyers for your properties and showing you new things, being able to tell you no, and being able to tell you that you're an idiot when you are, and just like a consultant almost, understanding where the market's going, not overstuffing you if you are, or not making you reach for anything. Saying like, hey, it might not be the best time to buy a house for the next year or so. Mm-hmm. You might want to chill. And if you want to do any refinance or anything, please let me know what you're thinking. But that's what a good realtor would kind of doing the work that I do by myself. But that being said,
good realtors will do that.
Good realtors will do that. They'll be like, hey, Chris, I know you said your house, you got some good positioning in your house that you have. I know you said you might want to do an equity line, grab a down payment for another one, and then jump into something else for a secondary for yourself. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. And then like, well, I found something. You let's just say you have $200,000 in equity. All right, we can go get half that, $100,000. What does $100,000 down buy you, or buy you and fix you? It buys you roughly $250,000 more based on your income, right? Another additional property. So you can rent yours out to your boys, and you can go on, you can try something else for yourself. You can buy another one. We're going to use a little bit of that. This is the market you should be looking at. It gets you closer to your workplace. What do you think? You're setting up like deals that you do for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
You know? I mean, it's up to you if you wanted to leverage your own house. You know, like you're in a good position in your house, right? You're like half LTV.
Me personally?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you were describing, you're like,
yeah, you're like, huh, I could do that. Yeah.
yeah.
Like you could get like a little weird building in like Pawtucket.
Yeah.
Like something strange that falls through the crack and live in it. And then you have like your own space and then you keep yours and you just rent it because you own it for nothing. But basically a great realtor will do the thinking that you never did and just showing you and say, hey, no pressure. This is just something I'm doing. Constantly stacking and strategizing really good and unique maneuvers for everyone. Understanding commercial market, residential market, being there, no bullshit, calling bullshit, putting bad offers in, putting up with your bullshit, wanting to look at stuff and whatnot. But
someone with $25. Nick, I work full-time, rent, and drive tissue cars, yet I can never seem to sock away more than a couple grand a year. How does one go about building wealth essentially from the bottom line with little resource at their disposal?
You have to hustle up a snow pile. You have to have a plan for your $5,000. You have to buy something for $2,000, turn it into $5,000, turn the $5,000 into $10,000, $10,000 into a solid investment, and then keep working. You have to have a plan. You can't just kind of like keep on kicking snow around, and it's just not going to work like that. You have to have like a really, really good, like get that $5,000 into something, buy the turn the $5,000 into, like, it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but you have to get the snow pile up to something else. And then once you get into like your first piece of property, it's kind of like, make the pile bigger for me, will you? Work harder. Stop drinking so much. Stop spending your money. You can save money if you stop doing. You're gonna have to eliminate. So, something's got to give. As opposed, you're driving tissue cars. I know what you're doing. Maybe reliable transportation might be your. Maybe switch it up with the car thing and get yourself reliable transportation. I don't know what you're doing, but you're gonna have to You're gonna have to work harder, drink less. Something's got to change in what's going on, and then you're gonna have to hustle your pile. And what do you mean by hustle your pile? I don't know. Start a side business. Start working extra hours. Invest in something vertical inside something that you can understand. Start a small business. A small service business on the side if you wanted, something that you can pull off. I don't know, power washing, house cleaning, landscaping, estate gardening, pool cleaning, pool closing, gutter cleaning. I don't know. Seal coat, driveway seal coating, interior house painting. Something that you can do. I don't know. Accounting services, tax services, simple tax preparation. I don't know. But the bottom line is it's going to come from one thing: doing less and making more.